What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Warkid here, coming to you my first ever League of Legends commentary. Now in this video, I will be playing as Xin Zhao in the jungle. And we did spawn on the blue side, and whenever I am on the blue side, I prefer to do this invade that we're doing right now. Basically what you do is you go into the bottom lane bush, as you can see here. And at 135, you go into their blue and invade. It's usually a guaranteed first blood because at 135, the enemy team is helping their jungler with wolves, and then they face check the bush that you're in, and you automatically get first blood, basically. But luckily, right here, as you can see, the poor old rat Twitch just got killed. We have a lot of CC on this team with the cards and the thresh pull and my Q, so we were able to get that very easily. As you can see there, Lulu just flashed because she thought Thresh was going to throw her hook, but fortunately he didn't waste it, and we got her flash out of it. So, we got first blood, and now I'm going to be stealing their blue. So this puts basically the whole team ahead because everyone pretty much got an assist. I got their blue, and we got first blood. So I really recommend that you guys do this gank. Or invade, sorry. You just invade every time you spawn on the blue side. Now on purple side, you can do it as well. I'm not saying you can't do the other side. But keep in mind that if you're in the top lane, when you spawn on blue side, if you're on the top lane, you don't even want to invade because you'll be behind 2 levels. Same with bottom lane on the purple side. So right after getting blue, I decided to get golems. Now usually I would leave the golems for the bot lane, but they decided not to get them. Guess they didn't want to snowball. So I figured I would take them. Unfortunately, I did use smite on their blue, and the reason for this was because I didn't know if their jungler was going to attempt to smite over the wall, through the wall, or do something crazy. So I figured I would smite and guarantee myself the blue. So I do see Dr. Mundo here is trying to steal my red. I am able to force his flash. The red buff didn't reset, fortunately, so I was able to E to it to catch it off before it reset and take it easily without having to smite. So I'm very far ahead right now. I have about a level or 2 over Dr. Mundo. Have his blue and my red. Alright, so I thought the red buff right there would kill that. So as you can see right now, I started off with the basic machete and 5 pots. That pretty much goes for any jungler. I do like to build accordingly to my team, so if I felt that I needed to be a tank, I'd go tank, or if we needed damage, I'd go damage. So right now, we're seeing that Lux is pushing. So TF goes in for the yellow card, is able to hit it, and we are able to burn her flash. So now that I burnt her flash, I keep that in my mind, so I know next time when I go, she won't have an escape. Unless she hits her Q, of course. So right now, bot is doing a great job. They are definitely winning their lane, as you can see, and snowballing it. Vayne late game is just scary, so her getting fed is just GG. Alright, so it looks like Dr. Mundo didn't steal my blue, so I noticed that. However, I do see an opportunity to gank this Kale here. Now, unfortunately, Cho'Gath wasn't out of position. However, he is able to hit his Q. Or his Rapture. Alright, so Dr. Mundo comes in for a counter gank. That was a good play on him. But, unfortunately for that Kale, he went back in and I was able to pick him off. So, and now TF comes in with the yellow card, throws his 3 cards and ignites and gets the kill. Great play by TF on that follow-up. So, also if you notice in chat, I did say good job guys, or good job. This whole game I pretty much just give positive reinforcement. Especially in ranked you want to do that because if your team is doing good and you're all like on the same mindset and you have a good attitude, giving positive feedback, you play better. If you're sitting there the whole game, you know, talking crap to your team and saying they're bad and all this, they're just going to play worse, you're going to play worse. So just make sure you keep a positive vibe throughout the whole game. Alright, so right here I'm trying to give TF blue because, you know, he's doing a great job. He's winning his lane and he's ganking. So I figured I'd put him ahead even more by giving him blue. So that's what we're doing right now. Headed over there. Bottom lane still dominating.
The warrior spirit is never broken.
Alright, so I pinged for TF to come here. So basically what you want to do for your mid, if they're a little late on coming, you want to smite it early and then hold the S on your keyboard unless you have... if you hold S on your keyboard, it freezes your guy so he doesn't attack. You can just let your mid take it. Unless you have it, like, you could bind it to different keys, of course, so you might have it differently. Alright, so once again, I see the Kale is overextending. I'm not sure if he has wards.
Does not retreat.
So we go and we check it out here. And as you can see, Kale starts to respond. Me moving in, so I can tell that he's got it warded now.
To triumph.
So as a jungler, make sure when you go to gank, you realize that they have wards and whatnot. Keep that in your back of your mind. So now that I know he's warded, I shouldn't go through river again. I should go through lane. Alright, so right now I'm just clearing out wolf camp. So as of right now, all my lanes are winning, except possibly top. I think top is still winning. But he's still struggling because I do believe Kale counters Cho'Gath. Not 100% sure about that statement. But I'm pretty sure he does. Due to his range, his heal, and all that stuff. Alright, so right now I'm just farming. Waiting for an opportunity. Keeping an eye on the map. Looking to see if any lanes are overextended. Okay, so right now Thresh pinged me, letting me know that the Tribush is warded. So that's another thing. Oh, hold on, I think we get the skill here. So I see the opportunity here on Lux. I'm waiting for TF to get his yellow card out. Alright, so right now, fortunately for me, she does face check that bush. Now, what you'll notice here is I run alongside of her to the right and attack. The reasoning for that is because I know she was going to Q, and she did actually hit the Q on TF. But if I would have ran in a straight line behind her, I would have got bonded as well, and unable to finish that kill. So make sure you always run alongside of people with binds like that. So bot lane doesn't even need me at this point. They're just completely dominating their lane. TF is going in for the ult on top as he sees an opportunity. So TF goes in. Good rupture. Good job by Kale. He countered Cho'Gath's ult right there. But fortunately, we were able to grab up the kill. Good job by TF. So right now, as you'll see in my build, I built the Hunter's Machete into the Madrids. I'm building a Ruby Crystal and a Longsword. I do believe this... I forgot what build I go this game to be exact, but I'll explain my reasoning behind it once I find out what I did. Alright, so right now I'm going for red buff here. Right now, in my opinion, their jungler is pretty much out of the game. He's really far behind, which is why invading is such a good idea, especially if it works out. It's really good for the jungler.
Killing spree.
Alright, so right now my main focus is mid and top because bottom lane, like I said, doesn't need me. They're dominating their lane so much that it's just unnecessary for me to even show my presence there. And also, that's another thing, presence. As a jungler, you want to show presence in certain lanes because then they'll start to get nervous and play scared. And that's what you want because if you if you just have presence, they'll maybe, back off and lose farm, and it'll let your lanes, be able to play more aggressive. So right now I'm just farming, waiting for the opportunity once again. Now the one thing I would say I have to work on, especially as a jungler, is counter jungling and counter ganking. I don't have that feel. I'm main support, so I don't have that feel yet, or that sixth sense, sort of say, that they say junglers have, where you have to be there at the right time. So right now I'm building a phage. Basically, the reason for this is because when I gank now, on top of my E and my Q, I now have an extra slow, along with this red buff. So that's just extra CC, basically. So with this phage, whenever I go gank, it's just going to slow them down even more and make it really hard for them to get away. As you can see, I also built a longsword. I'm going for damage this game, due to the fact that we have a Cho'Gath and a Thresh. I mean, I should basically be building tank. If we were losing, I would build tank to peel for Vayne. But since we're so far ahead, it's 10-0. I can really just build whatever I feel I wanted to build at the time. So right here, you'll see Twitch goes invisible, and I realize that, so I flash in R, and I kill him as he's invisible. Now, I knew the second he went invisible, he was just going to run forward and, not try to juke us. So I just flashed and pressed my ult and was able to get the kill. Alright, so right now I warded there. We do have dragon control now, and we're able to get it. Please realize, or not realize, but the dragon does respawn every 6 minutes. So right now we slayed at 11:01, which means it's going to spawn at 16:01. So just remember, objective dragon is 6 minutes, and Baron I believe is 8 minutes. So hopefully that helps you guys out for those who didn't know. I'm sure many of you knew that though. Alright, so just got dragon. Keep that time in the back of my head. Especially as a jungler or a support, you want to keep those timers in your head, or just put it in chat, especially if you have timestamps. So right now TF wants blue, and I'm going to give it to him because he's just doing so well that might as well keep him ahead of the game. Alright, so right now I'm just tanking it for him, letting him get it. Alright, so that's the first 2 deaths of the game right there. And we're just joking around saying report for feeding. All in good fun. Alright, as you can see, I'm still just building pure damage. Still trying to build into my brutalizer. Just to make my ganks even more efficient. Since we're still in laning phase. I would say the only lane right now that's not in laning phase is bottom, just because they push so hard. They took their turret, and they can overextend. Which is good, by the way. If you're winning your lane so hard to the point where you could just keep pushing, you're taking pressure off other lanes. Meaning, that means mid and jungle have to focus on top and not let you push anymore, or they're going to lose objectives. Therefore, that's letting other lanes either free farm, push objectives, or just do as they please. So, if you're winning your lane so dominantly, make sure you're always just pushing and pushing and taking lane pressure off other people. That's a good way to get objectives, especially if your team knows what they're doing. Okay, so right now I'm just clearing wraith camps. I do apologize if I sound like stuffed and have a sore throat and all this stuff, but I do. I have a pretty bad cold and I have allergies, so I do apologize if I sound all stuffy. Alright, so right now I'm just pretty much farming, waiting for an opportunity once again. But at this point, my team is winning so much that I could honestly just AFK farm. And AFK farm means basically just farming and not helping anyone. Just yourselves. Alright, so gonna go help this Cho'Gath. See an opportunity. Kayle is overextending. Let's see if he has wards. Okay, so as you see, he is reacting to me ganking. Therefore, I know he has it warded. So I decided to ward for Cho'Gath. I am able to catch him off guard by doing the juke. So, force his flash, let Cho'Gath know that, so that if he decides to go all in on him, he can do so.
Victory calls.
Those little things are important, such as, like, especially since TF can ult that lane now. See, he's going to ult that lane because Kayle has no flash. It's little information like that that builds teamwork. So make sure you're very communicative in game. Let your team know. Oh, let's see. See if we get. All right, so I was able to get the kill here. Right now, I'm just baiting it so that TF can get the kill here. Good job by him. Alright, so as I was saying before, be very communicative in game. Let your team know when dragon spawns. Let your team know whose summoners are down. Especially if you're in a lane and you're letting your jungler know that summoners are burnt, then he knows he can come into that lane and pretty much get a guaranteed kill if played right. Alright, so I'm building a brutalizer. There are such a variety of builds that you could do on Xin or any jungler. But like I said in this game, we're winning so much that I'm just going for pure damage and pure fun. Normally I build things like Aegis, Sunfire, Warmogs, Lockets, stuff like that. You know, the builds you always see in competitive play. Tanky junglers and tanky Zins and stuff like that. But like I said, we're just so far ahead that I can just do as I please. So I'm in good positioning right now. I'm 5-0-2. 40. My CS isn't that great. But that's also because I've been helping out mid and top a good amount. So right now we see that Lux is overextended. Our team is coming in for a gank. Alright. Alright, so I did flash EQ. Vayne was able to get the contempt, and TF is able to finish it off with a yellow card. So that was great teamwork. It's not Thresh's fault at all that he missed that. Lux played that very well by baiting it and then flashing. I don't think I necessarily had to flash there, but since I had red buff, I knew, and a phage, I knew that it would be an awesome, like a double slow, basically. So in the end, it played out well. So Dragon should be up in about a minute, I believe. Alright, so good ult by Thresh. Vayne is in... okay, good job by Vayne. Very good job. Vayne almost had bad positioning there, but she played it well. She's so far ahead. Alright, so I see that Dragon's up. And I think we're going to get a free Dragon here. Alright, so right now I see on the map that Lux is at their blue and Kale's top, so I know for a fact that we're free to get this dragon, no problem. If you kill, let's say you kill 1 or 2 people, you can always get dragon off that, especially if you have 3 or 4 members on your team there, and you know that 2 are down. Whenever you have numbers, you can take objectives.
It shall be done.
Alright now, so basically I'm just building into my black cleaver. I have the Brutalizer and the Ruby Crystal. Alright, so right now Cho'Gath is doing a good job just farming and sustaining. I don't think he'd be really able to kill Kale without any help. So that's why I'm trying to help him in TF so much. Alright, so Cho'Gath has no mana. Not sure if he'd be able to do anything. And then I realize I think he wants to get a kill here, so I gank through lane. Fortunately, that rupture did miss. TF does a really good ult right there. Very good ult by TF. TFs are very, very useful in game. They're such a team-oriented players usually. A TF can really win lanes for people, which is why he's so annoying. I usually ban him in ranked matches just because I don't want to deal with the global ult. Alright, so he did burn Lulu's flash, even though she didn't need to because Thresh hit a minion. Alright, so right now I see that he's going to go down, so I try to get Mundo off of him. Alright, I don't know why Twitch came back there. Twitch just comes back. We're able to turn this around. So it's 24-3, 6-0. At this point, it's pretty much GG. Don't get me wrong, you can come back from anything. I've seen some ridiculous comebacks, but
Victory calls.
we have all the lanes pressured. Minions are pushing. We have dragon control, jungle control. We pretty much have control over the whole map at this point. So it'd be very hard for them to come back from this. They would possibly have to force a Baron, get 2 aces, and then that's when they'd be able to come back. It's possible, but it'd be very tough. Alright, so as you can see, they surrendered. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this commentary. I will be doing them daily, so please make sure to subscribe, and also follow the links in the description below. It would mean a lot. Let me know what I can do to improve my commentaries, what I can do to improve my gameplay, and so on. It's all about you guys. I really want to hear your opinions. So, thanks a lot, guys. Peace.